but I want to put together a bit of a high-level training of Jobber. This comes from experience of using Jobber for a number of years. After having tried a few different CRMs, I want to give you a top-down view of what Jobber is from a dumb person perspective. Be a bit more dumb with some of these things. That's what I'm trying to do. Try and be more dumb. If I just kept it simple, I would have understood what Jobber was a lot earlier and just used it to its full capability. So if you're thinking of downloading Jobber and you want to try it, watch this to the very end. I'll sum it up for you. So the first part is, what and why would you want to use Jobber? So Jobber is a CRM. If you don't know what that is, that's a customer relationship management software. It's a software product, and I like to consider it a digital notebook for my business. So inside of my notebook, which I would call Jobber, I get to keep the names of all my customers, their addresses, the jobs that I do for them, the price of the jobs, and essentially it helps me in my business keep organised and keep a track of everyone. And the benefit is it's organised for my customers, it's organised for me, and it's organised for my small team. The first concept to understand for Jobber is the concept of workflows. This is the whole backbone of Jobber. So what is a workflow? The way I like to think about it, it's like a path that you go down when you're dealing with all of your customers. Like running a race, you've got the start point and the end point, and along the way you might have you've got 3 miles to go, 2 miles to go, 1 mile to go, and then you're at the finish line. So Jobber works off this concept of workflows, and it's broken down into 4 stages. You've got requests, quotes, jobs, and invoices. And it's really important to understand that that is the flow in which the software works. So how does Jobber define a request? A request is something that either your team can fill out or your customer can fill out. And it's essentially them raising their hand saying, I would like help with a specific service. So Jobber defines that as a request. That's like the first stage of a customer coming into your ecosystem. From a request, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with that request. So can you help that customer? If you can, you're typically going to be providing them with a quote, which is the second stage of the process. So you would convert a request into a quote. In this quoting stage, we're forgetting how to price work up. It's just, this is the second stage in which you're going to be defining the service that you're providing to the customer, and then what is and isn't included in that service. So once you have a client that's received a quote from you, at that point, it's up to us as the business owner or the master administrator to communicate with the customer whether they do or don't want that job. Jobber has some really cool features. So once you've actually sent a quote over to a customer, the customer can look at the details of that quote and they can approve it or ask to make adjustments to the quote. Quotes that get approved, which can be done manually by you, the person that's operating the Jobber notebook, as I like to call it, get approved, and then that's for us as the operator to convert those approved quotes into jobs where we manually assign them onto the calendar. And a job would be defined as something that has been approved by the customer and that has a spot on your calendar and has a worker assigned to it. So the last stage in the 4-step process that Jobber has is the invoicing stage. So once jobs have been completed, this is time to generate an invoice to the customer so they can essentially pay the bill for the services that they initially wanted. So we've already gone through the 4 stages. We've got that initial request stage, which is essentially a customer putting their hand up saying that they would like a service. A request then is turned into a quote. That quote is then approved by the customer. That quote is then converted into a job, which we complete and turn into an invoice. And an invoice is where you get paid. So there are a number of ways that you can visualize this workflow concept. You know, you can do it as a river, as a stream, with checkpoints along the way. And what I would say is it's definitely worth getting the mindset correct with the software, and then just understand that once you've kind of understood that concept in your mind, it'll be a little bit easier for you to learn the skill set of actually operating the software. So I hope this concept was useful, and if you actually wanted to check out Jobber, I think you get like a free month if you use my link below to sign up, and I use it for regular window cleaning, pressure washing, just exterior cleaning basically. And I've tried a few things. I've even tried squeegee. I just wasn't really a fan of that. So yeah, check it out below. I will be doing some more videos about like how to do pricing, so how to generate pricing and stuff like that. And if you've enjoyed this video, great.